Well, here's another YouTube that didn't stream. Here we go live here. Oh, babe, you need to scoot over here a little bit too. Oh, I need to plug this in. Hey, gosh. All right, gonna get this up here. I don't understand why that mic is not working. Audio. Let's try this one. Device. Speakers.
Hi everyone.
I don't know. Hey,
Trying to get
11 people, sorry.
up.
Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for being here. Hello, hello. I'm having a hard time, of course, like every week on YouTube, because it looks like my mic button is not, it's not turning green. It's staying on red. And I don't know why that would be. So, yeah, babe, if you could just go on and see if they can hear us, because if you can't hear us, then there's no point in even streaming. But I don't know what would cause my mic to not work, because I don't know anything about this crap. But thank you for being here, and we're gonna figure it out for sure. All right, it's gonna be a good day. Can you hear it?
See if we can hear it.
We're gonna try to hear it on YouTube first, and then we're gonna either.
Oh, we hear it. We hear it. Yay! We got
Wow,
it.
how is it
we
working?
don't know how it works.
How is it working?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what I didn't do?
You're
I
geniuses.
didn't mirror this either. All right, mirror your video. Ah. All right. Oh, you know, I didn't put very much mascara under my eye tonight. Guys, hello. Welcome.
Hear
Thank you for
loud
being
and
here.
clear. Yay.
They can? Yeah, we want those 4 people on YouTube to hear us. Thank you. All right, babe, look up here. I want to make sure that you're getting this shot. All right. We have too much light on. Let's just do what we can to.
Thank
Hey.
you.
Weekly 85, hello. I hope. My beautiful Gaga, they love you, babe. Whammy loves some Gaga. Get back to feeling better. So
I feel so much better.
I let them know.
I
I let them know on Monday that how sick you were. So unfortunately, Monday was my father's funeral, and we had this bug sweep through our house that was so violent. And unfortunately, Andrea never ended up making it to the funeral. My son, who was a pallbearer, ended up never making it just because our sickness was so violent. I did end up making it to do the eulogy and go to the gravesite, but I wore, a mask and the whole thing. And it's been a tough several days. So that's why people are saying, Andrea, feel better.
Yes.
Got hair everywhere.
Thank you so much.
So today has been a crazy day. I don't know if you can tell, but if I look dewy, it's pure sweat. Honestly, it's pure sweat, because they're currently, as we speak, they're putting new air conditioners, condensers and blowers, everything in our house. So you may hear some stuff coming from the attic right above us. I just barely sent my son down to pick up a fan. We have a little tiny 5-inch fan right here blowing. But yes, that dewiness is not youthfulness and vigor. That's just pure sweat. That's pure swampy, 100-degree in my house sweat right now.
Yeah, it's fun.
So,
But
hello.
we're downstairs.
Kay Tucker, thanks for being here. Yeah, be kind, y'all. Ain't no reason not to be kind. I mean, it's 100 degrees in here, not out there, yos. You're sitting in your air conditioning saying all that mean or hateful stuff. It's not how you want it to be when Jesus comes back. All right.
Hi, Lucifu. How are you?
Who's in the house? Hey, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
Thank you for being here. I'm so happy. Yeah, I do sound like a guy. You know why? Because I have these man vocal cords. And so, basically, since you're obviously new here, let me just kind of explain what's happening. So my name is Alyssa. This is my wife, Andrea. We've been married for almost 26 years. About 3.5 months ago, I wanted to step down from the corporate world and live more of the life that I've always felt like living. And so that's what we've been doing more and more over the last, few months. We decided to make that journey public so that you can be more familiar and comfortable with kind of what we go through, so you understand that transgender, it's not deviant, it's just different. And the more comfortable you are with it, the less really strange remarks you make, like some of the ones that you're seeing now. But let me just say right up front, if who I am challenges who you are, the problem's not with me. I mean, it's super important you understand that right out of the gates. Um, there's no reason why my existence should challenge you whatsoever.
Shannon, we love you.
Shannon
We
is the
got you.
best.
Thank you.
Shannon's the best. Um, so anyway, so we just get on each week to kind of talk about transgender stuff and answer questions. And I'm a huge fan.
Oh,
Kay
yay.
Tucker, thank you for being here. Um, so we just want to get online and tell you kind of what's going on and respond to some of your questions and kind of go from there. So you can see, I mean, guys, crazy. We've been dealing with this heat thing all day long. We weren't sure when it was going to get put in. So we've been scrambling. We didn't know if we were going to do it upstairs or downstairs or go get a hotel room. We didn't know what was happening. But as it turns out, it looks like they're going to be able to get our air fixed tonight, is what we're being told. And so that's going to be great. So between now and then, we're just going to sit here with a little, fan this big and lose pounds with you. This is like our
She's so positive about
it's
things.
like our Tibetan sweat lodge, and we're gonna get spiritual and lose weight at the same time. I don't agree, but hey, I don't judge either because you do you and I do me. Well, that's judging, kind of, really. But thank you for letting me do
Right?
me.
Yeah, be
Um,
funded Stewart
but
style.
it is judging, and that's okay as long as you do let me be me. What else would be nice if you could just help me be me, like just if I say, hey, call me Alyssa, would that be okay? Just call me Alyssa. That's all. It really, I'm
Thank
not
you,
asking
sir.
that you use different. Thank you. I'm not asking you to act to be different in any way than any other person. When you meet somebody for the
know.
first time, they're going to ask you, hey, I'd like to be referred to by this, and you use that because it's respectful, because that is the
Yes,
price
I
of
know.
communication. So I don't. You don't need to go out of your way for me. In fact, interesting thought that I had the other day. Um, interesting thought that I had the other day.
Thank
We
you, Laura.
we live in southern Utah, and there's a
Roses.
lot. There's a lot of bikers, a lot of cyclists. They just did an Ironman down here last week, like the World Ironman Championship. So people have been down here training for months and months, and everywhere there's bike trails all over the whole town. It's amazing. It's beautiful, but it's a pain in the neck. Like I hate it. I hate it because everywhere you go, there's one lane and there's two bikers, and you gotta wait. You gotta wait for these and go around them. And I thought the other day when I was waiting and irritated because I was going places and I was in a hurry and I had to. It just was an inconvenience. And I thought, you know what? This is what trans is to everybody else. That it's just a huge inconvenience. It doesn't put you in one way or the other. It doesn't. You don't have to get it. But that's all it is. Is you just have to be a little bit respectful, even though it's not your thing. And so, as annoying as cycling is for me here in this my community, it's got to feel what transgender feels like to you. You're like, oh, call you Alyssa. Well, you don't sound like an Alyssa. Just call me Alyssa because you got to call me something, and it shouldn't matter to you what you call me. It's Alyssa's as good as anything. You've got the right to call me whatever you want, but I've got the right to respond to whatever you call me. So I would just as soon respond respectfully to you because you responded respectfully to me, and be that good. But let's have some fun. I love everyone in the LGBT community. We are one big family. That's true. And our family expands way outside the LGBT community for sure. There's a lot of people that love us and support us that don't understand it. Some of those people are on this live right now. They love me and they don't necessarily understand this or maybe even agree with it because of whatever background or religion or tradition or whatever else. But they're still here supporting me, and I appreciate that, and I love that. And I will do everything I can to support you and defend you and everything that's healthy for you as well. So thank you. No one has the right to get it, and people are mean these days. You know what? People are mean these days, but what comes around goes around. I don't get offended. I was asked earlier today, how do you handle it when people misgender you? And I say I handle it fine. I handle it with patience and respect. Once or twice. I want to give everybody the chance to get it. I know it's unusual. It's not ungodly, but it's uncommon. And I want to give them the ability to try to do better and understand. And if they just simply don't try to do better and understand, then I just disengage completely because it wouldn't be good for either one of our energies to keep going in that scenario. Life's too short for that.
Hi from Northern Ireland.
Oh, Northern Ireland. God, his energy. I love that. You both are beautiful. Thank you, Lindy. Oh,
Thank
is
you,
it? Is it
Mr. Mitchell
Leo? No,
78.
Leo. Do you think taking children into trans behavior is right? You don't take a child into trans behavior. You don't take a child out of trans behavior. That child came just the way they are, just like you did.
Thank
Surely
you
you
for the
don't believe
present
that you're
and
the only one.
roses.
Thank you. Surely you don't think you're the only one who woke up and said, "Hey, I'm comfortable being this. I know
Thank
exactly
you
who
for
I
the
am."
presents.
Trust me,
Right.
everybody
Oh,
wakes up
thank
just
you.
like you do, and they know what they're capable of, and they know what they're not capable of, and they know what's a healthy environment, and they know
Thank
what's
you, Miss
unhealthy
Victoria.
routines. So, they're just very, very young people going, hey,
Thank you,
those are
Ash.
routines. That's an environment that's not healthy with the switches that are turned on inside of me. That's all. But you can't talk a
Happy
transgender child
birthday.
out of being trans. You can just support them and make them feel healthy and loved, and help them be honest and responsible, just like every other, citizen person that you care about.
This is a
But
good
I don't
question.
believe. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get that. I don't believe that we should be teaching about sex or gender identity in elementary school. I don't believe that at all. Kids are kids. Kids have enough going on. They don't need to be learning about sex in elementary school. I don't believe. I don't want my kids
I'm
thinking
from
about things that
Florida.
are not going to be important to them for a long, long time. I'm in elementary school, and I surely don't want other people picking the words and ideas and pictures and planting those seeds inside my children. I think that's a job that's better for me.
This question kind of went along with what you
Oh,
were talking
thank you,
about
Brittany.
before. If you don't mean to misgender someone, how do you respectfully apologize?
Just say, "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry." Say, "I'm so sorry. I want to make sure that I treat you with as much as respect as I can because I want this relationship to work. Please help me understand how you like to be referred to, and that's what I want to,
Wow.
that's how I want to refer to you." It's okay to say, "I'm sorry." I do it. I misgender people sometimes, and I just go, "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry." Please, forgive me. I'm telling you I'm sorry because I want this communication to continue, and respect is the price that you have to pay to continue communication. So, Caitlyn Jenner, is that you? You are so clever. Not, not really, but thanks for being here because I think if you stick around,
Yes,
I
it
think at
is
some
live.
point you may
Thank you.
you may feel
Thanks for
different.
being here.
It may not be as easy just to do this.
Oh, Valentine
I love the
85.
energy. Thank you, Jill.
My kid is trans, and I told my kid of you. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, that's great. Thank you. I just ignore being misgendered and they can listen for me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean. How's your wife feeling today?
I'm feeling so much better. Thank you.
She was so sick. Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh.
That's
She waited
cool.
on me and my son all night, all night. And then at 5 o'clock in the morning, oh my gosh, the world
Thank
came
you
unplugged for her, and she
for
was in
that.
tough shape. So
Sorry,
yeah,
it's
it's
wrong.
she's a real soldier.
Thank you. It's everyone. I felt your energy and love, so thank you.
Are we still married? Yes, we've been married for almost 26 years. Yes.
For sharing that you sometimes misgender and how to correct it.
Yes,
Or
absolutely. Guys, since there's a few viewers on here right now, can I just give maybe one piece of advice that may be good for somebody in your life at some time?
thank
I
you,
would say the
Marie.
most common response when I told somebody that I was transgender, the most common response from the people that I cared most about, the people that were very, very long time friends, people that I've been wanting to tell and waiting to tell for a very long time. The most common response sounds like this: "Oh, okay, well,
Flowers.
listen, hey, look, the way I feel, as long as you don't hurt anybody, really, I couldn't care less, really." And I got that response or some variation of that
Sarah,
response
thank
from most of
you.
the people. And I get what you're saying. You're saying, "Oh my goodness, I'm so open minded. I'm not judgmental. I'm okay with you, whatever you're doing, really, as long as you're not hurting people, but I'm comfortable with you." I understand that's what you're saying. But what I heard was, number one, wait a minute. The first thing you thought of is that I'm going to hurt somebody. And right off the bat, I go back and go, wait a minute, why are you thinking about me hurting people? I'm the only person I've ever thought of hurting. Hold the phone. And second of all, if I don't hurt anybody, then you don't care. You're just indifferent. Well, I wish I wouldn't
Thank
have told
you.
you. Now you think I'm going to hurt somebody, but as long as I don't, now you don't even care. I thought you cared before. So I understand that that's not what you're saying, but when you're in such a vulnerable place, that's how it feels. So it may be easier or healthier just to respond something like, "Oh my gosh, how number one, I'm honored that you told me. That must have been so scary to tell me. Thank you for trusting me with that information. And you were right to trust me with that information. I don't know anything about what you're talking about, but I want to. So if you'll be patient with me, I will do everything I can to protect you and defend you and make you feel safe here. So something that like that may be a less awkward thing to overcome later. But I hear you. That probably would have been my response too. Hey man, look, don't hurt anyone. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. Just don't hurt it. Right? That could have been my response if I wasn't on this side of it. So I hope you can appreciate how that might feel on this side of it, and it saves you an awkward conversation with someone that's meaningful to you.
Thank you, Missy Marie. Oh, hold on.
Oh, hold on.
I got a kid calling. 1 second.
There's mothering. There's parenting to do here, folks. There's parenting to do. Hey, do you think that YouTube can still hear us? Because I've been
I'll
clicking
go
that.
out and see.
Yeah,
real
would you
quick.
please? You two, such a cool, strong couple. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Tonight I had to get ready in about 35 minutes. In fact, I didn't even do my highlighter. I didn't even do my highlighter yet. I still need to do this. Um, hey, Primrose, thank you so much. How do you get into medical? Oh, it's going too fast. I think many people need life's too short. Life is too short. How did you both your families react? Our families are still reacting. Some of our families are on this live right now, and I so appreciate those who are reaching out in this live and trying to figure out, hey, what's this thing all about? I'm so grateful to them. I think it was probably new for a lot of people in the family. We come from a very conservative, very Christian background, and it's not easy for everybody. It really isn't. But we're trying to be as patient as we can and just give them the time to grow. I repositioned this camera so it was more centered, but now I think it's too close, and I'm having a hard time. Just give me 1 second, because it's going to be less annoying to you if I can figure out how to get the whole slide thing in one on the screen. But so far, I'm just like I don't know what's going on. It's probably not any better. I'm telling you, I'm sweating my raisins off right now. Holy mackerel! It's starting to get swampy in here. It is. Woo. Okay. How do I get into medical device sales? Any advice? Um, no, no. I would just apply. You know, it's the same way you get any kind of job, any kind of promotion. It's just discipline. Just qualify for it. Just qualify for it. That's all. You'd be great. I'm sure you're absolutely amazing, and how you get a job is you just be the best qualified. But I will give you this piece of advice. I've hired thousands of people in my career, and let me give you this advice in an interview. This is probably one of the best interview questions best interview tips I could possibly give you. So when you're interviewing, you get to the end and you think, man, I might have done good, I might have done bad, I don't really know. Almost always the employer is going to say, hey, do you have any final questions? And here's the question. If you really, really want this job, you say, I only have one more question. If I'm not the right fit for this position right now, what do I need to do? What do I need to learn so that I'm the right fit for this position next time you need somebody? And all of a sudden, you likely could become the right fit, because it is so hard to find somebody who's willing and to grow and to learn and to become the right person, instead of just being handed stuff. Here's this and here's this. It's really easy to find people who feel entitled to certain positions and raises. It's really hard to find somebody who says, hey, what do I need to do to get those things, to achieve those levels? So I would just, if you want to get in medical sales, I would reach out to someone and say, hey, I've never done that, but tell me what I need to do to be the top person at your company. And my guess is somebody is going to give you a crack at it. I would. Hey, XO Jella, thank you for being here. Just wanted to send you my condolences. Oh, thank you, and thank you for your message. That was so kind. Guys, thank you. I was overwhelmed with so much support. It was such a difficult time for me. And I can tell you how much I appreciate the love that you guys gave me. Oh, you're so. Oh, thank you for saying that. Thank you so much. Amanda, thank you. Austin, I love your vibe. Thank you. And I'm so sweaty. I wore black. I wasn't even aware of this, but this is like, you can see it's kind of big here. It's a really thin cotton, and it's black. So if I sweat, you wouldn't be able to see it out. But this is actually one of my favorite dresses, just because it's so comfortable. It costs like $6. I think it's so cheap. You're just the best. Oh, thank you, Emily. How nice. Freedom. How's it going? It's going amazing. Hey, when I'm looking like this, it's going amazing, and it's been quite a week. Between deaths and sicknesses, literal deathbeds for my dad. My whole family's been on deathbed. Half of us missed the funeral altogether. Our air conditioner's out. It's 100 degrees inside here, and that's just the speed of life, right? That's just the speed of life. This is just kicking it with Alyssa and Andrea, real style, because this is just life, and it's how we roll. Sometimes we roll with sweat rings. Sometimes we roll with tacos, and sometimes we eat tacos. What's up from Canada? Hello. Gotta thank you. Ducati 505. Why are you on here? Oh, this is my channel, but let me ask you, why are you on here? I hope you're here to learn and to grow and to just understand a little bit different. Because I'm glad that you're here, and I think that you'll be edified if you'll stick around for 10 or 15 minutes. Courtney, club girl, hello. My friend is a coach struggling with a trans athlete um, to do potential injury. Thoughts? Courtney, thank you for being here. This is athletics is a very, very difficult subject, especially for me. I'm probably one of the few people that believes that trans girls should not play with cisgender girls in athletics because transgender is about gender identity, your social gender identity, and athletics is about your physical ability. And those two things are not the same, right? If those two things were right, just because I can't have a period, I've never had a baby, if those were requisites to me looking like this, it wouldn't work. And so we need to keep things separate for sure. I don't think the cisgender people should have to compete with people who experience a different puberty than them. I do believe that transgender girls should compete with cisgender girls if they experience the same puberty. So as long as that individual did not experience a male puberty and doesn't have the growth in the bone and everything else development, I think it's at least more fair. Is that the right answer? I don't know. Probably not. It's just the most fair answer that we can come up with right now. I just feel like people should be competing athletically with those who experience the same puberty as them. That's all. I know that's a bummer for the trans teens right now, but it's not for the young trans kids who are going to get on the blockers and hormones that they need in time to experience that puberty that's really going to set them up for the rest of their lives. I know it's tough. I know it's a tough call, and I may or may not be right. I just need to keep it fair for everybody. I just don't think that transgender people need an advantage. I don't think we need an advantage. I don't think we need special rights. I don't think we need special protections. I just think we need a chance, an opportunity, the same opportunity that everybody else gets. I already have the right to wake up in the morning, pick out my own clothes, and go live my best life. I don't need anyone's permission to do that. It would be maybe it would feel good or make me feel special to have rights and all these things, but I don't want more rights than my wife has. I don't want more security or protection than my daughters have. Look, we need to have just a standard of humanity and then defend it against everybody. It doesn't make sense to have multiple standards and consequences for different groups. We have a set of rules and a set of standards, so just enforce them. If I do something deviant, then hold me accountable. If someone else does something deviant, hold them accountable. It's just like that. Freedom, liberty, thank you. Thank you for being here. Oh, Kelly, Todd, thank you. That's so sweet. The life is so educational. I love this open. Oh, oh, thank you. Is that Heather's something? Guys, my eyes are so bad. I want them to be better. I want to get those surgeries. Whose uncle is that? Whose uncle is that? Hmm. I don't even know what that means. Vancouver, thank you for being here. Madison, thank you. Babe, Madison said you're stunning. I love that. Oh, I'm hogging it up. Yeah, that's me. Babe, I need to just stand up for a minute. I'm just need to stand up just for a second and yeah.
So do you want the good news or the bad news?
Oh, I want the real news.
Okay, the real news is everyone might see the glow on our faces because it's really hot. There is a leak somewhere they can't find.
What?
And so the air conditioner's not going to work, and they have to find the line somewhere, and it is been built over the lines, and we are going to have air tonight or maybe till Monday or after.
Oh my gosh.
So we might be getting a hotel
for
our
gosh.
children.
We're not going to have air for 2 or 3 days.
Unless they can figure it out in the
Do you know how warm I am right now?
That's why we're wearing dresses so we can fan. It's so sad.
It's so effing hot.
Hi, Jennifer, too. Yeah. So anyway,
All
we're
right.
gonna have to go get some.
Okay, I'm going to turn this fan up. I didn't want to turn this fan up because of the loud.
If it's too loud,
If
let
it's
us
too loud,
know,
let us know.
please, 'cause
Can you feel that at all, babe?
I I'm fine. Knock on wood right now, but I'm sorry to my children
Oh.
who are watching.
I'm sorry for who sits in
Sorry,
this chair.
Daddy.
Yeah, road trip.
trip.
We should. We should go. We should go to Vegas. And we should go cool ourselves in Vegas.
Yeah, right.
Slap the.
Yeah, don't.
Oh, thank you.
Don't.
Talk about what? Oh, I didn't.
Have you ever been catcalled by a man?
I mean, I've been hit on by a man. I don't. Catcall. What's the difference between a catcall? Like.
Yay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Is it Olivo Sar Studio? Thank you. Hello, how are you both? We're doing amazing. Thank you for being here. Put your hair up. I know, I should put my hair in a bun. Should be like, just at least pull it back a little bit. Something. Just straightened it though. It looks, I love it. Straighten like this. I can't get the, look, the phone is still too close, so I can't get the whole screen in the back. I don't know how to fix that. Are you guys staying together? Yeah, that's the plan. I mean, but you know what? It's easy to say that before you've had 3 days of no air conditioning. That's probably a more safe question 3 days from now, because when we've been hot for 3 days in a row, like anybody can go. I don't know.
Wow.
My kid just started HRT. Awesome. That's awesome. That's a really really important part. Getting your hormones right is at the top of the list. You have to do that before you figure out anything else, because nothing else will be right if you don't get that. That's like it's like your carburetor. You don't get the carburetor figured out. You know, none of the other performance parts really work. Actually, I don't know if that's true or not. Mechanically, like I don't even know if that's true, but it sounded like mechanically it's probably. I'm just honestly asking, are you guys? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. No, we appreciate the honest questions, and it's okay. It's okay to ask the hard questions. Just be respectful. Remember, there's a lot of trans people on here that are young kids watching this because they're looking specifically at your comments. They want to see how they're going to be received when they go out in the real world. So please be respectful. You're helping someone's confidence or you're hurting it. Nobody needs bad karma for no reason. Thank you so much. Nikki, hi.
Vegas with kids.
Canes?
Raising
Yeah,
kids
raising
is good
canes
because
every single time with the kids. Yeah. They have nothing but chicken and this amazing delicious sauce. So with the kids, it's going to be raising canes. If we don't have the kids, then it's Smith and Wolinski. So if you go to Smith and Wolinski's, it's a steakhouse. They've got them in Vegas. Thank you, Tyler. And Chicago, New York. They have a Cajun ribeye steak. It's a Cajun ribeye steak, and they dry hang it for 28 days. Hey, thank you for those roses. And so in those 28 days, you know, the fibers. I don't know what happens in that 28 days, but this Cajun ribeye, you could literally cut it with a spoon. It's like the finger of God came down and touched that piece of cow. So that's pretty fun. Kaya, thank you. What specifically makes you feel like a woman that doesn't involve harmful stereotypes? Hey, what makes you feel like a woman that does involve harmful stereotypes? I'm not 100% sure I understand that question. What makes me feel beautiful is just this. It's simply looking like this, looking as feminine as I can. That's all.
Thank you, Gigi.
You know, whether you call me transgender, gender expansive, non-binary, it doesn't really matter to me. Those are all terms for you. You could call me Kevin all the time, you know, or Allyssa. It's really, that's to make you guys feel better. So it's apparently important to everybody to know what parts I was born with for some reason. So these are terms that you guys have come up with to make sure that you don't get tricked into knowing, you know, what's under my pants. Hey, what's up? Nola, again in the house. Thank you for being here. Yeah, please, guys, don't not ask questions. We want you to ask the questions that are difficult. My kids call me dad always. Kids call me dad. I am their dad. On Mother's Day, I didn't get any presents because I'm not their mother. They have a beautiful mother that's out of this world, and they call me dad. What's under my pants? That's a weird question.
Calls her papa.
Wife's underwear. It's a joke. It was a, no, we're exchanging pleasantries.
Were you
We
guys
got that
together in the
relationship.
past?
We got that friendship.
We've been married for almost 26 years.
This is my wife. Yep. I don't want to disrespect because my supposed is the relationship in the bedroom different. You know what? The truth is, every relationship in the bedroom is different, and what sex is to everybody is different, right? Not everybody does the same, sexual things, and not everything is appropriate. So sex is really a very personal thing, but it's really important that you understand the difference between gender identity and sexual orientation. Gender identity is who you go to sleep as. Sexual orientation is who you go to sleep with. So those things are two different things that get lumped in all together, which further confuse this whole thing. Renee, thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are aging wonderfully. Thank you. Andrea is a master esthetician, and so we do use some decent products and facials and the whole deal. D-Melon, thank you. D-Melon 5, thank you.
Will your voice change through hormones?
Are you still close? My voice is. No, I don't think the hormones are going to change my voice. I would physically have to change my voice, and I can go up a little bit, and I can keep taking. But what I can't do is I can't take it up high for very long. Remember, I've only been dressing more constantly over the last maybe 3 months and using my voice. Now, when I lived in Vegas all week by myself, in our place in Vegas, I would dress almost every day, but I would never talk because I'm by myself. Unless I was, out with
But
my
I knew
friends.
when she was dressed.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I would talk to her on the phone.
Yeah, that's right. You'd say, "Oh, how do you look? Send me a picture of what you're wearing." And I would say, how do you know?" She's like, "Because of your voice and your tone and the whole thing."
We all watched Under the Banner of Heaven.
No, I
We
don't.
will screenshot
Under the banner of heaven.
Screenshot so we can.
So
Love
funny
your
that you
outfits.
said
Thank
people
you.
want to know what's under your pants. They do, right? And they do. It's so
And
interesting.
It's an obvious question. We thought that about Caitlyn Jenner for how long? So it's a legitimate question.
It really is
Thank you for
legitimate,
the
and I'll tell you a
flowers.
couple of reasons why it's legitimate. One of them is because a lot of you on here have a spouse that just came out, and they're trying to figure out, hey, what does this look like? What does transition to you mean? Does that mean you're going to have bottom parts cut off? Does that mean you're going to have top parts added on? Tell me what this looks like. And that's a very legitimate question, and a very impossible question for me to answer for your person, because I don't know what will satisfy them. For me, I have not had sexual reassignment surgery, nor is that my intention to, because that part is not what's defining me, right? So that's an important part for our relationship, and so I don't need to change that in order to feel whole. I'm not trying to lose Kevin. I'm trying to be whole, not half. Thank you for those flowers.
Yes, we are still together.
Why can't people just be kind, right? Yeah. It's okay. If you just let it go, just let it go. The greatest thing about karma is that it's the only thing that knows the whole story. So it's better to not even respond to weird stuff or negative stuff, because we don't know the story anyway. They probably had a terrible day. They were probably treated really poorly by people that they really, respected and loved. They probably need our kindness more than we need theirs, honestly. This is the first time I've seen you since your loss. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that.
It was a good question.
Okay.
How long have you known you were trans? Since childhood? Question mark.
Mm-hmm. That is a great question. So I don't have any memories where the thought of being a girl didn't influence my thinking. So from the very, now that doesn't mean that I thought, okay, I'm going to be a girl. Hey, man, I'm 50 years old. That wasn't even an option. That wasn't a thought that I even ever thought was possible. The thought that I had was, oh my gosh, I think I'm wearing the wrong swimsuit. Like, I feel like that would be an appropriate look for me. I think that to be those routines interest me in a very deep way. So it's a strength that I've had since since I very first remembered. I knew that this would be a very good energy for me to pursue. It didn't mean that there was access. Didn't mean that I would have the availability. It just means that I knew that I had the strength from my very earliest memories.
We have a viewer.
Thank you, Marcus.
20 said, "My husband came out to me that he wants to cross dress, and I'm very supportive."
Nice. That's
So amazing.
it's so amazing. It's so amazing. And here's
We
the
are married.
here's the beauty of that your spouse gets to figure out sooner than later what will satisfy them, because that's really what you want to know. That's going to really determine what your sacrifice or what your future or what your opportunities get to look like, is figuring out what will make you healthy and happy and what will satisfy you. And then somewhere in there, you also got to figure out what's going to satisfy you. So amazing attitude. And guys, there are no right answers when it comes to transgender. There's only right attitudes. And the right attitude is, hey, what do you need to be happy and healthy? And let me do what I can to support that in a way that's happy and healthy for me too. Can we just talk about your wife's outfit? I know, right? How cute is this?
H&M.
H&M.
And it's very comfy and light and very in this situation.
When did I come out to my wife? I came out to my wife even before we were married. But there was no, remember, I'm 50 years old. We've been married for almost 26 years. There was no word like transgender. I surely wasn't a transvestite. I didn't know anything about that. What I said was, hey, look, I don't even, it's no big deal, but I really, really appreciate very feminine things. They're important to me. I have a need to pursue kind of that energy. And she said, oh, okay, what does that look like? I don't know. Can I dress sometimes? Yes. Okay. And, between now and then are just a bunch of aha moments that got us to this point. Yes, I'm 50. Crazy, right? Thanks, Mike. Thank you. Thank you. BDS photo. Thank you for those hearts. BDS photo, is that what that was? Yay. Guys, thank you for those hearts and those flowers. Oh, thank you, P-Bird. No, they shouldn't compete with women. Yeah, so my view is too that transgender women should not compete with cisgender women, because that's about athletic ability, not gender identity. I feel like we should be competing athletically with those individuals that experience the same puberty as us. That's all. It's just that simple. Is that the right answer? I don't know. It's just the most fair answer that I can put out right now. That's all.
It's a good question. Just for me, is that if I can tell a difference between the mood, and it's totally different. And I've been looking forward to this live for over a week now, because poor Allyssa hasn't been able to be herself, with being in the hospital with his father and the funeral, and then being so sick and all that stuff. So I can totally tell, and it's going to be much brighter future for us.
Have I made your life bad, baby?
No, I just felt bad for you. I was sitting there thinking today, I'm driving around and I'm like, poor Allyssa. It's been over a week and she hasn't been able to be her true self. Imagine how that would feel for anyone.
No,
If you have to pretend when you're at work, how exhausting. If you have to pretend at home, how exhausting. If you have to pretend to your family and friends just to be respectful to them, it's still got to be tough. And so I've been looking forward to this. So.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for wanting what's good for me. Thank you.
Thank you for the request.
See, she's special. That's great. Yeah, she's younger. So my wife is a lot younger. She's gorgeous.
But thank you.
So you still have to pretend? Still have to pretend to what? I'm not sure.
No, it's mostly out of respect for
thank you.
her dad
and
the age, and very accepting and supportive, but Allyssa is trying to, keep everyone happy in the family, and especially at a funeral. Didn't want to hurt mom, didn't want to hurt anyone else, and that's just what a good person she is.
Oh, thank you.
She thought about everyone else's feelings before hers, and unfortunately that happens a lot because she's got family and business and all the things. So
Thank you, babe.
Tonight's a good night.
Tonight's a good night. But listen, my parents knew. All my family knows. You know that it's not. They just didn't understand it enough to be comfortable with it, and I was okay with that. That's okay. There's still a lot of time for most of my family, and I do believe that my mom is interested in knowing all. I do believe that she loves me and she wants to be part of all of my life. That's not what my dad was, and I respect that. That's not that generation. That's not that thinking, and that's okay.
Kids and grandkids. No.
Did you face any confusion with your kids? No, no confusion. We told them, and they were great, and it was difficult, and they took it different ways. But as it is, they're very respectful. I was getting ready tonight. My son came in. I sent him to the store to get us a fan, and he came back in, and I'm trying to get ready really quick and half naked, and it's just it is just business as usual. People just trying to do their best and live their best life. So it's difficult for everybody, but everybody's worth it. So
kids are 22, 19, and 15. Yeah, 15 months.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aaron, thank you.
16. Yay.
Thank you. How did you choose the name
Thanks,
Allyssa?
everyone.
Andrea chose the name Allyssa about 15 years ago. So it's been great. I love the name. I honestly love. I respect the feelings of your family. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sarah.
It's so nice.
They're great people, and we got to give people a chance. And it's really it's tough because you want to be patient, but at the same time you're training people how to treat you. So you definitely don't want to let them mistreat you and misgender you long term, but you want to be patient and kind and give the opportunity to learn and grow. So there is a line between training people to mistreat you and giving them time to understand you. Thank you for those roses. How nice. Did your wife experience any confusion at first? Any confusion?
It was not really confusion. It was just I was trying to this is how I do things. And it might not be the right way for everyone, and it's not always worked for me thus far. But I try to put myself in Alyssa's shoes, meaning I'm a woman. Maybe I kind of feel the same way, and so that part wasn't confusing. The confusing part was, are we the only ones? Is this just something we're going through? Is there someone we can talk to about things? Is there someone that we can help support or be supported by? So we didn't have those things then. And so we basically were just trying to work it out, trying to figure out what's best with kids, with wigs in the closet. Mom, why don't you wear those wigs? Oh, the light bulb went off.
Yeah.
When we told the kids.
Yeah, once we told them, it was like, oh, wait a minute. We should do a wig change. I put some, so listen, we got this amazing Olaplex products, and so I put some in one of my other wigs. What is this? The host is invited to join live. Hey, Kira, should we try this? Are we ever going live with anybody, just like random person? Whoa.
Oh my goodness, look how beautiful you are.
My goodness, I love that.
Oh, you're so beautiful too.
Oh, hair.
Thank
Yes,
you.
except,
Match, is that different or is that the same? Hey, we've never just accepted anybody.
Where are you from?
Hello.
we are from Utah.
Hello.
Where are you from?
I'm from Armenia.
Oh, Armenia.
Oh,
Wow, thank you. Thank you
well,
for being here.
so amazing to have you here. I love your voice.
Yay. I'm gonna put on my wig that looks like her hair right now when she's on here.
Ooh,
I'm
that's
gonna do
true.
that.
Your hair's so thick and beautiful. Oh, I love your accent. Wow.
So, what are you doing?
We
Oh
are.
my god, my friend tapped to the screen.
Oh, hi. We're just trying not to sweat to death because our air conditioning went out. But we wanted to jump on and say hi to everyone.
Oh,
What time is it over there?
Christine, thank you. Now there is 5 o'clock morning.
Holy cow.
5 in the morning. Awesome.
Now
Hey,
you have
beautiful
your
hair.
beautiful red wigs together.
Yeah.
What
So
time
much
is
fun.
there of you?
It is almost 8 o'clock at night. So,
Oh, okay.
So-
Okay.
Hey, Kira, do you know any transgender
I'm
people?
from Ivan's.
Do you know any transgender people?
I heard about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have any questions at all? Like, do you have any questions? Why did you ask to go live with us?
Why I shouldn't?
Yes. She just
Why I
said
shouldn't
she's
what?
back. Why shouldn't she?
Why I shouldn't do live with you?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just wondering if you had a specific purpose, like a question or an experience or some advice and help.
I have a problem. I have a problem with people. I'm friendly with all people, and if they friendly with me and kind of me, why I can't hate him or them or don't talk with them, don't have friendship with them. It's your choice. It's your life,
Yeah.
and you can enjoy this as you want.
Thank you.
That's so
That's very nice.
sweet.
Thank you for your support and thank you for joining our live for a minute.
Sweet.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for being up at 5 in the morning with us. So we'll talk again soon. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hey, and thanks. Look, you inspired me to change my wig. So I love that. Thank you. I don't even know. Oh, look, I'm going to follow you right now. I just followed you right now. I don't.
Okay, me too.
You know. So how the truth is I don't know now how to end this live with you. So can you end the live with me? Because I obviously I don't. Can you end the live with me? I love the wig. Thank you for that. We got to figure out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how. I don't know how. Let me see.
Why? I don't understand why.
Yeah. Let's see. Maybe we just get go into some questions here. But can you read your phone, babe, and see if maybe there's some advice? I'm dying over here. I know you are. I'm dying over here. It's amazing. It's so funny. There's nobody. Okay, let me just see here. This is something's happening right now. My screen's up. Make a splash. I honestly. Are we competing? It looks like there's something up at the very top. I think that I'm like in a game or something. I don't even know. I don't even know what's happening right now.
I'm trying to get onto your account right now so I can see you.
Oh, boss, thank you so much.
So what is the 125 and the 130? I don't even understand. Let me just do this right here.
Kristen, thank you for perfume.
I know. So listen, remember last time I'm like, hey, we've never accepted a live, and so now we have. I can't say that anymore.
Thank you for
It's like a battle. It's a battle. It's a battle of what? Is it a spelling contest? I don't understand. Once the timer goes to 0, it will end. People will. Oh, okay. So I see. So it's a timer thing. So
my
you
goodness.
can't stop it. It just goes for a certain period of time.
So it's a game, I guess.
Oh, it's a game. Stacy, thank you.
Thanks
Paula,
for
thank you.
explaining, 'cause
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Oh my goodness. And look, we have 0 wins. This is our first game. Yeah, look, she's a 233. She's good.
She
People are loving her.
Good job.
I don't even know how you won, but
thank
well
you.
done.
That's so great, Kara.
Yeah, Kira, that's amazing. Okay, good job. No more.
We got
As fun as that was, as fun. Thank you, Kira.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Bye. Any X that's on the screen. Okay, so that was different. Now say bye. That's funny. Okay, so note to self, let's not do that anymore. I
Did
guess
you
it
see my
seemed-
face? You
it
probably
seemed
saw
like
my
a good
face
idea.
when she pushed
It
the
seemed like a
button.
good idea. I'm
She
like,
was cute. She didn't.
no, but she made some comments earlier, so I'm like, oh, this is someone who's been here who
She's
probably
so
knows
cute.
it.
Hi, I'm glad
Oh
you were
my
here at 5
gosh.
a.m.
Yeah, 5 a.m. Thank
Oh
you.
my
What a
goodness.
cute girl. And look, I got to change my hair because of it. So
Live
thank
and
you.
learn. That's right.
Hey, how do we lose? What's wrong with you people? I don't even know what we lost.
All those people were on there that. How'd she get them? That's so amazing.
Well, how many did she have?
I don't.
Are you
She
Mormon?
got like
we were race Mormon.
I think she was at 233 and we were like 203, so we were getting close.
My name is Allyssa. This is my wife of 26 years,
I would
Andrea.
love to make the same mistake. Oh, thank you.
And we just get on twice a week, and I transition from Kevin to
235.
Kevin,
Good job.
and
Yeah.
we just talk about gender identity stuff. So
Yeah,
thank
we
you
have
for being
6
here.
People on her life.
Ace will have to battle you sometime. Yeah.
Yes, see?
Ace, you
Now
need to
that
just
we
come
know.
join me on live.
If Ace were here, we could have won.
But it doesn't make sense that I couldn't have stopped that. Like, not that I want,
No,
but
it's just the.
how come I couldn't
when
control
he
it once I
asked, it
accepted
was
it?
probably asked us to go on live, versing each other.
Yes, we were married in a temple. I kept
Oh,
hitting
my
yours so
God.
fast, my thumb. Thank you,
Thank
Amanda.
you,
Amanda, thank you. I didn't understand what was. I don't even know how I lost, but I feel like a good loser.
Oh, I should have given us some hearts.
Did you get married before transition? I no. This is as transitioned as I've got. I have not SRS'd, which is sexual reassignment surgery. That's
Oh, that's
no.
hilarious.
I was married.
That's so cute.
I lived my life
Thanks,
just like
Olivia.
this. And then the church came out one day and said, "Hey, your certain
Oh,
things and
thanks,
places
Janelle.
and rituals are no longer available to you because of how you live in private."
Thanks,
And so
Chastity
that was
Smith.
I just said
Thank you.
okay, and that was it. Um,
So
I'm
cute.
looking at
They
the
like
pictures and quotes behind you. Oh, thank you, thank
Is
you,
it-
Chastity, Chastity Smith.
I was hitting likes.
You were, thank
My
you, babe.
fingers
Why
are-
weren't you hitting
I
likes?
didn't even know what's going on. I was like
You
trying
could
to
have been like,
even.
you should use 2 fingers and been like, we just lost it.
How did the church find out? Well,
I told the bishop.
Yep.
I just said, hey, this is our reality. I said, I have a blog. You're probably going to find out either way.
no one
I
knows.
created,
Thanks,
thanks, Maddie. I created a blog and I just said basically, hey, I'm just trying to educate people. In fact, you can find our blog on our link tree. I did it during COVID. It's been
I
2 or 3
agree.
years ago. You'll even see how my mind shift has shifted a little bit, right? And your mind
Right.
changes with aha moments along the way. And you don't know how you're going to feel about some things until you experience those things.
Thank you,
Sometimes
Janelle.
there's no substitute for experience.
Janelle said you two are beautiful inside out. and
Oh,
out. I'm
Janelle,
new here
thank
and
you.
I'm glad I scrolled past it. Oh,
That's
thank
correct.
you.
Yes, we did grow up in LDS. How do they feel about it? You know what? They just don't understand it, and since they don't understand it, their directive to the members is don't support it. And so that's a tough message to send to a community that struggles so hard and the suicide rate is so high. It's not about the church being right or wrong. It's about the people being right. It's about the people being supported. And in my opinion, any group or church or organization that tells their people not to support their people, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. It has nothing to do with the doctrine of the church. It has everything to do with the health of the person. And there's just no doctrine or principle that's more important than a person, in my opinion. Oh, thank you.
With that really
What was the worst reaction you had from someone? Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't even pay any attention. If it's not a good reaction, I just move on.
Thank you, Janelle.
I just don't have the energy. Like Winston Churchill said, he said, if you throw a rock at every dog that barks, you're never going to get anywhere. So if somebody's barking, I just keep going. I never respond to it. Although most of the people that throw, that bark at me, most likely I could beat their ass, but I just move on. Did you find a church? Yes. We found a great church in Las Vegas. In fact, that last picture was me at church in Vegas dressed. And it's a beautiful church and a beautiful experience, and I feel very welcome and accepted there, and it's really been a blessing for us. How about what is the best reaction you've heard from someone after coming out? Gosh, so many. Most of the reactions were good, but it's been surprisingly fun. Is for some reason when I tell people especially females,
Thank you.
it becomes like very natural that they'll like blow kisses and I love that, like right off the bat. They're like, oh, thank you, and thank you for telling. And I love that blowing a kiss thing. I don't know why, but I take it so sentimentally, and I return it with such tenderness that that has been a fun expression to be able to live. If you don't mind me asking, is it a non-denominational church? It is a non-denominational church. Yes, Tracy. It is. It's in Las Vegas. It's a non-denominational church. And the truth is, though, I've never asked them how they feel about transgender. They've never said, but I know that I felt welcome every time, no matter how I'm dressed. Your wife is awesome. Yeah, she is awesome. That's no easy thing. We belong to an LGBTQ church. It's absolutely beautiful. Raising a chin, transgender. Yay, color of the world. What state you live in? I'm not asking your location. What state you live in? Are you out at work? Right now, this is my work. Right now, this is what I'm doing. My niece's husband is super supportive. Thank you for being supportive. It's very, very difficult to understand. I know. They love you for you at that church. Yeah, I hope so. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. How do I best support someone who is struggling with their gender identity and secretly cross-dressing? Just ask them. That's such Orlando. That's cool. Swan. That's an amazing question, and it's the best question ever for your person. That's what you need to find out is where they're at. Maybe what they need is just someone to talk to. Maybe what they need is for someone to just look at pictures with them. You know, every transgender person, they want to show you a picture. And I know it's weird for you. And I know it's like, oh, sweet mother, what am I looking at? But every picture is like a journal. It's like, this is the first time that this fit. This is the first time after I lost this weight. This is the first time I was brave enough to go buy. That's a real bra. That's like a real bra in my size. And you can't tell anything in the picture, but that's a real bra. So there's so many things. I will just ask your person, hey, your world is this big, and I don't understand any of it. So just tell me what you need from me, and I want to, do what I can to support that for you. But I love that question. I wish everybody asked that question. Hey, what does support look like for you where you are in your journey right now? It's sad you have to seek out accepting churches. Isn't that so sad? Man, that is so, you're so on point though. I mean, anywhere in the Bible is Christ kicking people out of the church ever. I mean, it's the most amazing, ridiculous thing. And here's the problem why. The problem is that churches think that they're in the business of heaven. That's the problem. When churches are in the business of suffering. They think that, hey, look, for this, you do this, you give us this, we got a backdoor pass to heaven. You don't get to sell heaven. No church can get me into heaven. No church can keep me out of heaven. But there are a lot of churches that can support me right here, while going through hell sometimes. And they don't understand what business they're in. How long have you been dressing like a girl? 17 years old, 16 years old, 17 years old. And I'm 50 right now. The church we go to is Joy MCC. Not sure if they're in other states. Okay, Joy MCC. Sounds good. Hi, good to see you both. Hi, Kelly. Kelly is here. Like for real, Kelly's here. It is all right. Good to see you, Kelly. I would never have guessed 50. Oh, thank you. Say evil costumes. Is that funny? Hi from Hershey, Pennsylvania. Wow. Oh, Pennsylvania is so fun. Just got back from there. Kelly got to see some Gettysburg, which is pretty cool. It wasn't as cool as it could have been because it was freaking ice freezing cold. So we were all bundled up and we'd sprint to a monument, take a picture, and sprint back to the rental car. It was so cold that I want to go back. Thank you. What does it say? It's Patricia. It's Patrice. Thank you, Patrice. That's nice. You're young to have grandchildren. Yeah, 50 years old. I am 50. Andrea is you told?
I am sure. Sure,
I've been
told
saying
people.
26. Now I'm the liar. Now I'm the
They
liar.
know that you're lying. Thank you, though. Right from
Dang it.
Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. I love that.
I stop on your
Thank
line
you.
every chance I get. Super informative. I love the energy.
Mhm.
Thank you, Chrissy G.
Chrissy G, thank you. Chicago's a great city. We love Chicago.
Gettysburg is amazing. Every American needs to see it.
Agreed. I need to go back because it's really big. I thought, hey, let's stop at this monument. Oh no, no, no. Gettysburg is spread over like, you
I'm
know,
from Vermont.
a small continent, and there's different
Awesome.
battles that happened over here. This one, there's seriously, it's scattered from hell to breakfast. You really need to give yourself an entire day if you really go, you know, see what happened at those different battle spots. Thank you.
So,
How you make it
Chicago,
work.
Vermont.
Yeah, we do need to go to Chicago. We should do a meet in Chicago. Go see that little bean and whatnot.
Pizza.
The pizza. What is that? Giordano. Giordano's. I don't even know.
Something.
Oh, but you know what we really like? Garrett's popcorn. Garrett's popcorn is
Yes.
Spaceballs.
Watching from Kentucky.
Kentucky. Hey, how about that Derby?
Scranton, Pennsylvania.
How about that Derby?
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Number 21 comes from nowhere, registered on Friday at 8 a.m. and wins it. What?
So
That's
bizarre.
amazing. New York's in the house. Woo.
I'll plan your
Scranton.
trip. Yes, plan our trip.
Yes. Garrett's popcorn. I have a weird question. Don't feel obligated to answer since transitioning
They're gonna
one half.
They have to do it in two because
Oh.
it only lets you do so many characters.
Okay.
Do you
That
feel
is
like
awesome.
a woman your age or more like a teenager?
What an interesting question. That is such an interesting question.
New Orleans.
And I wonder why you're asking it if this is more personal, because I don't think that's a question we'll be ever going to ask. Much younger. Much younger. You know, I've got a 15-year-old daughter she girls hard. If you look and she's in some of the videos, she's on our homepage. I think she's got a video that has like a 2.5 million views or
North
something.
Korea.
But she's so young, and you know, about 7 years ago, when I was really getting into it myself, you know, she was also starting to put on things, and I felt, wow, I'm kind of at the same level as this young girl, trying to figure out how pretty she can be and what the eyes and this and that, and I just felt a lot of parallels with my
We'll
teenage
see if
daughter,
she's here. I don't know.
because that's just kind of the stage of that my feminine life that I was in at that time. So I don't feel like an old, well, I feel like an old lady when I'm doing eye makeup, that's for sure. But no, that's an interesting question, and I feel much younger than I feel my feminine self is much younger than my masculine self for sure. When did you start hormone therapy? About 7 years ago. I'm 50 years old right now, so about seven years ago. Thank you. Niece Mans. We're gonna see if my daughter's here. See if she wants to come on. She does join us sometimes. I wish my other daughter Sam was here. She probably is on with us right now. She's absolutely the best. She's the most amazing grandchild. Louis Menace, thank you. Oh, Mackenzie, best. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for answering. I ask because you just illuminated light, which reminds me of being a teen. Oh, wow, that's so sweet. Thank you. You know what I do? I do feel differently when I'm dressed. And I mentioned this, I think, a live or two ago. So hot. People ask, are you different when you're Kevin versus Allyssa? And at first I'm like, well, I have the same morals, I have the same values. I'm probably the same, but the more I thought about that, the more I realized, no, I'm not the same at all. Because my tolerances are different. When I'm dressed like this, I become so grateful, and I don't get angry and irritated, and things don't have to be done my way. I just get to live in the moment, and I'm grateful for the people who are in that moment with me. And when I'm Allyssa, I don't major in the minor. And I feel like so much of Kevin's life is majoring in the minor and just trying to get through it. And thank you for that crown. How sweet is that? And so I do feel different when I'm Allyssa, and I do feel healthier. So thank you. That's a great perspective and a great observation. Thank you. Are you Kevin a lot? Yeah, I'm Kevin at least half the time. Yes. You know, I still thank you for that crown. Yeah, could you leave? Is that a breeze coming through? Oh my goodness. Um, yeah. So right now, you know, I get to be Alyssa, you know, 3 or 4 days a week, and that's really it's been fantastic. You know, my goal was never just to be done with Kevin. You know, Kevin's made this thing work for 50 years. Kevin has a lot of value, and a lot of discipline. Um, but Alyssa's important to me, and I can't be whole without Alyssa. I don't know that I could be whole without Kevin either, but I surely cannot be whole without Alyssa. So the purpose of the last 3 or 4 months was to figure out how much of this I needed to be healthy and happy and see what that dynamic looked like for our whole family. Thank you, Maggie. Red, I wish I could see this. I'm also older and still trying to feel pretty in my own skin. Oh, I bet you're gorgeous. I wish we could click. I bet you're gorgeous. You don't look older at all.
Do you already answer the question if you lost any friends?
Friends, no. You don't lose friends. I've lost some haters and some hypocrites, and what a blessing that was. I haven't had to spend energy and time
Cat's gonna want it.
defending myself to somebody who doesn't, you know, even deserve an explanation if they can't treat me with respect or even care enough to know. So, have there been people that have simply chose to move on? Yes, and that's great. That's great. If they didn't respect me more than that or care for me more than that to even find out, then it was a blessing to me. So it's a gift that they're not here. And should they change their mind, I'll still be here. Do you think you'll ever be Kevin full time? No. No, that wouldn't be healthy for me. I didn't get. I was Kevin full time too much for 50 years, and that's not a healthy state for me. Not when Alyssa is available. Most of my life, Alyssa wasn't available. It wasn't an option, and we did what we had to do, and we had the discipline and the mindset and the habits to make it work. But making it work is not always the healthiest thing. Now this is available to me, so if I didn't take advantage of this, then I wouldn't be congruent with myself. I would literally be compromising with myself, and that wouldn't be good for me. Alyssa full time, probably not. I don't know that would be a dynamic that would be good for the situation. Besides, Kevin is very valuable, and you know, especially romantically and other things. So, you know, Andrea has been so amazing, and even from the beginning, way before I was dressing like this, way before I was dressing on my own when we had, you know, 2 residencies, you know, Andrea said, "Listen, okay, I see that this isn't minimizing, so I will be willing to give up half of Kevin if you'll be willing to give up half of Alyssa," meaning that I won't dress or live more than 50% of the time as Alyssa. And I thought that was extremely fair, and I thought that was extremely generous. And even up to this point, you know, I haven't lived as 50% as Alyssa, so we don't know really how that dynamic is going to work out. But what a thoughtful and generous offer to make anyway. Do you struggle to be fully trans, and what's the biggest hurdle? Love Kevin and Alyssa, don't change. Oh, thank you for saying that. And that's the support that I need so much, because being Alyssa all the time, it's not an option for me, regardless of how much I want or not. It's not an option. And I want to be healthy when I'm Kevin too. So, yeah, that is so important to me. Do you ever have to show ID, Kevin, when dressed? Yes, that's such a good question. So, for instance, if I'm getting to a gated community and I have just a Kevin driver's license and I'm dressed as Alyssa, you know, what happens then? What do they do with you when you're not the person on the identification and you're trying to sneak into a place? Do they call the police? How do they vet you? Do I take off my makeup? So when I was able to get an X on my driver's license under the gender marker, so I changed it from M for male to X, it changed everything. Now all of a sudden I can use credit cards that have Alyssa on it. If I break down, AAA can now show up and I can show them, you know, my Kevin card with the X on it. To me, the X means, hey, the gender's not always obvious, is what that X means. So yes, it's been such a blessing to get the X on my driver's license. If you access my blog, I actually give the experience of going down to the driver's license division and trying to have that changed, and how what an experience that was. But if you go to the link tree and click on the blog, you'll be able to go, and it's not very big. It's maybe like 15 posts or something. It's not a very big blog. We didn't do it very long. Like literally 6 people read it. You'll be number 7. but there is a lot of information that I put on there when I had, time. Thank you, Supermom. That's so great. I didn't know about the Exxon ID. Incredible. Not all states have that, but Vegas does. Been praying for you and your. Oh, thank you, beam me up. Thank you. It's been tough, and you've been so helpful through all of this. Oh, thank you. I love that. It really is meaningful. To hear that. It is difficult with this body, with the puberty I experienced. To feel to look as feminine as I feel sometimes. So even when you say that, it is meaningful. Thank you.
We're asking for Abby, but she's not here, so she got out of this heat.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for that, Ashley. Oh, she moved on. Yeah, she got too hot. Like she's just like, peace out. This is like a big sweat talk going here.
92 degrees upstairs.
92 degrees. It's a bit swampy.
Yes. You're so inspiring.
Thank you. What to say that? Oh, Kelly, thank you. And thank you for the hearts. The hearts are so fun. Still go as Kevin sometimes, just as Alyssa. Yeah, so Kevin and Alyssa. And it's interesting because, especially when I was in Vegas living, in Vegas while I worked during the week, it's interesting because I would, oh, thank you for the crown, Ashley. I would go to the store. Let's say I'd stop on the way home from work and I'd get some groceries, for dinner or whatever. And then I get home, I dress, I put on exactly, I feel amazing. And then I forgot something at the store. I will go back to the store now as Alyssa, and the same people will help me as Alyssa that just helped me as Kevin. And I get treated completely different. It's so amazing that we all have this gendered experience that we expect, and I'm just treated differently when I look like this, and it's just been so fun. Thank you, Dylan. That's so great. Big things ahead. That's right. You almost definitely have the support from me. Janelle, thank you. I love that. We didn't think that we were going to get support from anybody when we started this. We're like, all right, we thought that we were going to be public pinatas, that we were just going to be hanging out there and people beating on us. And it's just been so different than that. Thank goodness. Did you know as a child? Yes. I've never had a thought that being beautiful didn't influence my thinking. Absolutely. And I never thought it was bad. I never thought it was bad till, Caitlyn Jenner came out and opened up the dialogue. I was so grateful to her. And all of a sudden I heard the backlash and I went, oh my gosh, why have I been thinking it was a strength, that it was this powerful thing, that it was this ability that I had? I felt like it was a superpower, and the whole world is just, all over me like your chubby cousin on a baked ham. And I'm like, what is going on? But no, I've never felt bad about it until the world, came out so negatively. Thank you, Swan. Thank you for being here. I'm going to tip this up a little bit. It seems like my crappy device is not working. Let's see, if you could only have three beauty products.
Oh.
3 beauty products, eyelashes, foundation, and brows.
They're asking how you were treated differently when you went shopping before as Kevin and went back as Alyssa. Did they know? Were they respectful? Like,
no, just a very masculine energy. Yeah, because just like you see every male, a male is more of like, not a predator, but it's, you're going to keep your distance. It's just, hey, how you doing? It's very business as usual. And the girls, just especially the guys, were so, hey, let me help you. Let's get this. They were just so genuine. They're so much more willing to help and say kind things and be generous. And it's not because they thought I was a girl. I think it's because they wanted me to know that they knew and they're okay with it. I think that sometimes they would go out of their way to say, hey, I know, and I still want to treat you special because I want you to know that I know. And I love that. It just felt so amazing, and I appreciated that they did that. Thank you, Cassie. There's only one judge yet. He hasn't come back. I love that. I need you guys for all the skin, beauty, confidence. Oh, that's so fun. Yay, thank you, Janelle, for being here. Is your love feeling better now? Yes, are you feeling better?
I'm feeling so much better.
Make it
Not 100%, just kind of weak. overall, we did 9 loads of laundry yesterday to get rid of this sickness because whatever it was, it can go bye bye. It hit us hard and fast. It went through 7 of us in a week. And it was, my oldest daughter said, I would rather recover after delivery than go through that again. And I agreed with her fully. So, yes. We should do a skincare routine video.
Yes.
Our oldest is an esthetician too, and she will be really good at that because she remembers things so well. She remembers ingredients that are in it and what they do, and I just go, no, this is really good for you. You have to believe me.
Hey, I want to share some books with you that I've read. So, thank you. So if some of you are interested in some reading material, I want to show you at least a couple things that I've read and that I felt have been helpful.
COVID symptoms have changed.
No,
but
it wasn't
stomach
COVID.
bug.
Yeah, I took a COVID test last night. It wasn't. Oh, that feels amazing. Okay, so
But it says, okay, so I requested you, so it's in the request.
the first book that I ever found. Now remember, guys, 50 years ago.
Just
I'm 50 now, so let's go back to when I really started trying to figure things out. Let's say 16, 17 years old. I spent so much time in libraries. There was no Google. Yeah, you don't get online and go transgender. There's no such thing. You go to the library at the college or your public library, and you try to find, what were those?
they were
They're in your case. I've been looking everywhere for
remember we
these.
put them in mind to protect them.
You protected them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I still can't read.
So
Sorry,
this was
Eric.
the first book that I
Oh my
found
gosh, it's really good.
that helped me know that somebody else was going through this, and it's called My Husband Betty by Helen Boyd, and I was blown away when I was reading in this, just these experiences, and I'm like, wait a minute, so there's other stuff, and then this author Helen Boyd, she ended up writing another second piece to this book as well, and they ended up getting divorced. Oh, going live? No, I did this. I did this before, and I lost that battle. I didn't even know that I lost, but I still kind of won at the same time because it was kind of funny. But that was a good book. So this is an interesting book right here. Here's some other books that I've read. The Caitlyn Jenner book. This is the first time we met Caitlyn Jenner. We went to the Ace Hotel in Los Angeles, and we paid. Oh, there's me at church. We paid a little extra to one-on-one talk to her. She was very kind. She was very respectful. We chatted just for a few seconds, and some of the pictures that you're going to see behind me are at her book signing. In fact, you'll see her and us standing together. Let's see. This is an amazing book right here. So this girl right here, her name is Janet Mock. So Janet Mock is from Hawaii, and I would really encourage. That's a great book. So a person who cut my hair in Las Vegas was a trans girl, and she grew up in Hawaii. And she's like, "Hey, do you know Janet Mock?" And I said, "Yes, I just got done reading her book." And she goes, "Oh yeah, so I know Janet Mock. So when we were on the in Hawaii on the streets doing this and part of this and prostitution, all this stuff." And so she's telling me about these personal stories being with Janet Mock, and so that was so amazing. Minnesota, thank you. So that was really good, guys. This is a very tender book. It's called Becoming Nicole. Such a heartwarming book. If you want to know what it's like to be a parent of a transgender elementary student and junior high student, this is an amazing book that you may enjoy, and a podcast that I would strongly encourage you to listen to is called How to Be a Girl by Marlo Mack. How to Be a Girl. And it is the most sweetest. If you listen to that and are still mean-spirited, then I don't even know what to tell you. Please don't log back in here. But that is so tender, and your heart goes out to these moms and these parents who are just trying to do the healthiest thing for their children in a world that won't even allow them to help their people. It's so tender. Um, this was a really good book. Now, this was the first book I read that is about a transgender uh, female to male. And I was so surprised at the similarities. I was so surprised at the common denominators of those experiences. I thought that those experiences were going to be so far apart, and they're really not. So, oh, Colorado, that'd be fun, Janelle. But this is a great, great book. Before I had the words, I just read another book too on female to male, and I've got that. I've loaned that out to one of my good friends. But that's good. This is the one I just got to read. I haven't started it yet. It's called Sorted, and it's somebody going from female to male as well. So that's I just got that. I haven't.
Oh, it's signed, and then they crossed it out.
Oh yeah. So anyway, so those are just, and then we have transgender history. This is very interesting. It just talks about the cultures and the different
Thank you, Kat.
time periods and how transgender has been around from the beginning of time, and just gives you a little history. So that's been pretty interesting. But anyway, those are some of the books that, if you're interested, will help you understand this thing a little differently.
I read 3.
I love your wife's
and
dress.
almost 4.
I'm just gonna move these out of the way. Was that possibly the most boring segment so far?
No, because I think some of the books are geared towards different people who are transitioning, and their lives are so different. And it's better to kind of understand through a book to maybe change your perspective or just be a better person overall, so you know where they are in their life, I guess,
Mm.
Oh, Janelle has a few friends who are transgender.
All right. Well, they're lucky to have you, Janelle. So here's what you do: you just tell your other friends, "Hey, look, this is how you don't respond to them when you're told that they're transgender. Hey, I don't care, as long as you don't hurt
And
people."
I don't know how to say
I'm a
it.
cisgender
Thank
straight
you.
female, but want to be the best ally. That is amazing. Thank you for having that attitude. They really are. Trans people, they're not deviant. They're just different, and they're the most sincere, genuine, honest people. And if you can just wrap your arms around them and say, I support you and you're safe here, it will save their life. I'm telling you, it will save their life. There's so few places to go to get to be safe. As Russia, I saved a trans girl from getting beat up at work. Oh my gosh. They beat you up in a step. Oh my gosh. Wow. You're very brave. What a
The
good
Wonder
person.
Works are going to start now, dang it.
Wow. Thank you for being that type of person. Definitely different and not in a good way. What does that mean? Definitely different and not in a good way. Help me understand what that means. I feel we are all people. No one should hurt. If judge.
What are your zodiac signs? I've seen that comment several times.
Scorpio. The truth is, we're both Scorpios. It's fiery and hot. It's no worse than murder. Wow, that's a pretty narrow perspective. Your mom may want a second opinion on that.
The book's recommendations help those transitioning feel like they are enough.
Oh, good. Thank you for saying that. I should
Have
put
a
a
good night.
list.
Go work on your schoolwork.
Yes, thank you for being here. Did my associate in business management. Yay. Trans goddess. Thank you for being here. Sin is sin, and the Bible is clear on that. What is transgender sin? Like, what is it clear on? I'm not sure that it's. I thought love is love, and that's what the Bible was clear on. What is sin? But listen, if transgender is sin, don't hate me because my sins are different than yours. You're not that only person that doesn't sin, right? So there's no reason to hate me because my sins are different than yours. That would be weird. By the way, being baptized doesn't make you Christian. Only acting Christ-like makes you Christian. But thanks for being here. Stick around longer.
She's happy and cared.
Love is love.
Thank you.
She All sins are equal. Did you hear that? It's always the
Air
person without the
conditioners.
user pick. I know. Isn't it funny? My
Zoe.
name is.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you for being here, Zoe. Sammy K, thank you for being here. Joined. How cool would that be if one of you guys shared a birthday with my daughter or husband?
Well, the book recommendations is a good thing. I think that is, thank you.
Yeah, I hope we share a birthday with him as well. Oh my gosh. Love the Beach 99. That is so sweet. Thank you. Thank you for being here and saying that.
Beat me up, I'm sending you hugs. I'm a little further behind than Allyssa, so.
Karen says she doesn't think her comments are posting. Guys, it's so strange. It's like some comments don't post at all. Half of them like,
I don't see some
don't come up on
online.
one screen. Half of them come up on the other
it's
screen.
weird.
I don't completely understand it. We do need to kind of put those books on the list somehow. Is there a way to
We
do
could
that?
probably
Make
put
it
them
a-
on in our Discord.
or Discord or
Linktree.
Linktree? Yeah, guys, you
Mhm.
can join our Discord as well.
Yeah.
Goddess, thank you. You're so nice.
TikTok.
They're both Scorpio.
Oh,
November
thank
6th and
you.
15th is their
Very,
birthdays.
very
Ooh, very close. Very close.
sweet.
Yeah, so though the 15th, so Andrea's is the 13th and mine is the 17th. So very close.
Someone
My
else's
comments were not
comments.
posted
I
either.
don't
It's so strange.
understand.
Hey, what if my answers aren't posting? What if I say something and half of the people don't hear it? How did you choose the name Allyssa? Andrea chose this.
What resources
Christian
do you
as well.
recommend
Thank you.
for starting transition, like getting on HRT?
Oh, I'd start with the doctor. I would start with the doctor and just say, hey, look, these are my intentions, and figure out what doses are right for you. I take up probably a very low dose compared to a lot of
Virgos
to
are amazing.
transgender people, but it puts me where I need to be mentally. And whether or not I dress, I will never not be on hormones again because I can't be stable and healthy and happy without them. Period.
And then if
Thank you, Miss.
the wife's not happy at home, nobody is. I can say that.
What Q&A is this? Well, we talk about transgender stuff and gender identity stuff. I'm glad you're here. I hope you stick around and it's
How
interesting
did
to
your
you.
doctor react to wanting hormones?
Well, my situation was different because 7 years ago nobody knew but me, and so I self-medicated using the internet, using a pharmacy in another country, and so I just did some research and figured out what I thought would be appropriate, and I adjusted my own doses based on how I felt, and if I felt I went too far, I backed them off. So
Sorry, I can't read.
yeah, I
This
probably am on a
face.
lower dose than a lot of people. However, it's the right dose for me that doesn't interfere with parts of our love life that are born to us, but still gives me softening skin and the mental clarity and
It's
whatever
just like
other
anyone else on hormones. If I don't take mine, everyone knows it.
13 and 16. Well, right there, Kimberly, that's awesome. We're living the same dream.
Did you get sick on hormones?
No, not at all. I instantly got better on hormones. Like within 72 hours, I was a different person. Within 72 hours, I was just going, oh my goodness, I just feel so calm and collected. I feel so vibrant and healthy. I didn't feel like there was inner conflict. So
Did you go to a primary doctor?
Yeah.
Or did
Yeah,
you
I
have
just-
to go through counseling first.
no, I went to my primary doctor and said, hey, listen, I've been on hormones now for about 2 years. These are the doses that I'm taking. I didn't want to put it on my insurance. I didn't want the insurance here in the States to know. I didn't know what that would look like or how I would be discriminated that way. So I wanted to keep all of that off my medical records for a period of time. And then once I got to the point where I didn't care, I said, this is the doses that I'm taking. And they said, oh,
72
okay, that
hours.
sounds reasonable. And then they just started writing me prescriptions for it.
That's great. You felt good in 72 hours.
Yeah, I
That's true.
felt immediately better. Like, and I don't know, I've never taken any medicines outside of that, And but if somebody was, diabetic or something, I don't know how it feels to not be on your medicine and then be on your medicine. But there's got to be a very, very strong contrast, and it was like that. Thank you,
Riley and,
Calcomil. Thank you for being here.
and
From Farmer Hates Me, Riley. Riley, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks again for communicating on Concord or Discord. So
we wanna
great, so
get
great
on
to
the
see you.
concourse somewhere. Is that
We'll
why?
do.
That
We'll
was
do.
subliminal. Love universe.
Thank you, very, very fruity. I
These
love that.
maps.
Thank you. From that, you guys, I enjoy communicating with you through the Discord.
Probably felt great for your mental health, just taking that step forward.
Oh my
to
gosh.
church.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea. It was so incredible. And I've never regretted it, once. You can take too much, and I have increased my doses to where I didn't feel, well, meaning I needed to back down a little bit because I was losing other parts of me that were still important at that time. So, I didn't living in a pink cloud wasn't my goal. Just being healthy and happy and functional and strong and congruent for a long period of time. That was my goal.
And it's great because if you, Alyssa came to me and said, "Hey, this is something I've been thinking about. This is something that you'll be okay with," and I really appreciated her honesty up front. And I just thought, if that's gonna make you feel better, it's gonna make all of us feel better. And let's see how it goes, because she didn't know how it was gonna go, and I didn't know how it was gonna go. So it's like our just little leap of faith here and there that we just figure out when we're done.
Do you feel like it would be possible for me to ever go off of hormones completely?
I don't know if we could be together if that happened, because I know how sad and depressed you get when you're not, meaning you probably wouldn't enjoy being around me because you couldn't be Alyssa and you couldn't be on the hormones, and you would be more irritable and more, angry, and things would portray off you that wouldn't be geared towards me. I would just feel that way. And if you couldn't be on those hormones, I don't know. I think you'd just be very unhappy and unhappy with everything around.
Interesting, and it's funny because as I look back before the hormones, I don't feel like I was an unhappy person. I feel like I've always made the best of every situation, and I've always waking up in the morning and said, "Today I'm going to win. I'm going to win this day." So I've always had a very positive mindset as far as going forward, but I haven't had a really grateful mindset going forward. I think maybe that's the difference. I was going to make the best of it no matter what, but there's difference when you're feeling congruent and healthy and grateful. You definitely treat people better and different for sure. So interesting.
And that's not anything like bad towards each other. It's just, I know how unhappy you felt. I don't know. How old we were in our first part of our marriage. Before I even had, given Alyssa her name, she tried to throw everything away and just be just like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna throw everything away. I'm not looking back. I'm not pass and go. And I was like, well, let's see how that goes. But I don't think that that's gonna be healthy.
Thank you, Courtney.
And guess what? It was very unhealthy, and she was very sad, and it made me sad, and it made her angry, and it made me angry, and it just, we talked about it and said, okay, you know what? You're right. This isn't going away. This is something that we've talked about together. We're gonna push through and do the best we can with the information we had, and with, being in the church and the family and all that stuff. We were just doing it ourselves. And I don't want people to think that my answer was mean, because I want her to be happy, and she wouldn't be happy off hormones.
Thank you, baby. Yeah, that's so nice. Thank you. Oh, Madison, thank you for being here. Guys, thank you for responding to the knuckleheads and douchebags. Holly, thank you so much. That's so good. Thank you for that. Madison, thank you. Holly Joe Jack, she's amazeballs.
Good luck with finding baby formula. Our daughter was in the same predicament. Had to just.
Well, that person's actually making really weird comments.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah. But it's still a sad situation.
Hey,
because
Kibula.
I've driven around. That was the worst face. Sorry.
I tried, but I don't think they saw my responses. I'm sure they were good though. Courtney, thank you for that.
Jeez.
Perfectly 840, are you bi? So thank you for asking that question. No, the difference between gender identity and sexual orientation is this. Gender identity is who you go to sleep as. Sexual orientation is who you go to sleep with. So these are two different issues. You know, right now I'm Allyssa, but earlier today, half the day when it was hot and sweaty, I was a hot and sweaty Kevin. So, you know, how you want to think of that, you know, in our intimate moments is completely up to you. I know we'll probably try. I would try a lot of things. And I was just joking. Hey, Connor W9, what's up? Thank you for being here. I love that. I love that you're here. What's worse for man, being short or bald? I don't know. I would ask probably a short or bald man. That's a crazy question. I can tell what's good for a man by saying, hey, you're handsome bald. Or, you know, gosh, you're just the right height. Try those. You're going to get a better response. How can we as a community support y'all? By just treating us exactly like everybody else. That's all. I give you a name to call me by, just like everybody else would on your introduction. Just use that name. I don't need to be treated different or special or have special access or special privileges. I just need to be treated like a human. I need to wake up in the morning and then dress to my strengths and just go win my day like everybody else. And that seems easy, but it's not. Not when everywhere you go, you know, somebody's saying something, you can hear the snickers and the points, the comments, and someone says this, and you have to shrug all that because whoever you're about to run into next didn't say those things. And so you can't bleed on all the people that didn't cut you in all of those different experiences throughout the day. So it's tough sometimes to end up at the end of the day as positive and happy as you started the day with, because you have to take so many cuts along the way and still try to treat everybody with love and respect so they feel good with the next trans person that they come across. So we don't need to be treated different. We just need to be treated with respect, and we can earn the respect. That's okay. We don't. Thank you.
Here, read this.
Okay. 70 people have reached out to me about. Oh my gosh, Melissa, you are an angel. You are an absolute angel. Oh, holy cow! 72 people have reached out to you in their moment of crisis, and you reached out and helped them. Oh my gosh. I hope that you're getting back all of the good that you're putting in this world. Thank you for that. I wish all of these other weird trolls and people who are just in here to be abrasive would just have a fraction of your goodness and be the grease instead of the gravel of the world. Thank you for that. Amanda, thank you for being here. Amanda, Ashley. Yes.
We've got to get
Ashley,
our kids in here while we're on live.
For real. Can I mod for you? The answer is yes. Will you write that down, Ashley, with 17 Y's and then like a lot of ones? Because I
said thank you.
Yes, thank you. Ignore the trolls, you two are upset. Thank you for that. I need to clean out like most of our mods, and so I can add a bunch of mods on every single live. Whoever's actually shows up. I know it's so hard to be a mod and to try to get on. London, yay. Janelle, yes, we want you to mod, you know, for sure. So we need to write these names down. Oh, you have? Okay. Yes, Janelle, and we appreciate the mods.
Why are you not a mod?
Amanda's not a mod. Well, bullcrap. Who do we have watching the pool? Who are our lifeguards right now? Who's on our neighborhood watch right now? We just have this neighborhood.
It says moderator.
Amanda, it says moderator on ours. Yeah, we can't be having no neighborhood without neighborhood watch. We got to filter out the knuckleheads that come running around our neighborhood. I gotta figure out something better. Guys, you gotta understand, and thank
Yes,
you for being
Jen.
respectful, because there's so many trans people that are watching us, and you're setting the tone for them. You're helping them to either go deeper in the shadows or come out into the light and be happy and healthy. So please be respectful with your comments and your questions. I want to
Really,
answer
we're
the
trying to do
questions,
top.
and I want to answer the hard questions, because if I can eliminate the suspicion, then there won't be any reason for you to doubt or be suspicious or have any negative feelings. So I want to answer the tough questions. I just want to do it in a way that's respectful. Just be kind. That's right. Thank you. This is a dress. It's we if you just got here, our air conditioning is out, so it's like 100 degrees. It's going to be out apparently for a few days because there's a leak somewhere, and so I wore this because it's kind of big in the neck and kind of like cotton, but it's warm up in these parts. We need some TikTok training. We brought on people and then couldn't get them off. We lost a contest. We didn't know we were playing. Trisha, thank you for that heart. Melissa, yes, you can be a mod. Did you screenshot that too? This became a top viewer. Thank you for that. Ask questions. Just please be respectful. Oh, thank you, Ashley. My goal in life is to spread love and kindness. Thank you for being here. I hope that's exactly what you get to do. And your natural color. No, this is a wig. This is a real human hair wig. Um, no, this is my first human hair wig, and I liked it. It's so cute and fun. I have another one I should switch to. Although we're about to end this, aren't we? It's about time. We're gonna wrap this up in just a few minutes, guys. So thank you, Morgan.
I can't do it on my mouse. Yeah.
Yeah, we got robbed in that contest. Look, Emmanuel is a judge in the tri-state area and says that we got robbed. I agree with you, and I don't even know what we were playing for or how we were playing. But I'm glad you're on my team. I'm glad you're all on my team, even though we lost. Amanda. Oh, the color suits me. Thank you. On the hair. Oh, I got some scraggles. What's going on up here? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Got some stuff going on at the top.
Just because our fan is on rotating the sauna heat.
Mm. When you say you're trans, what does that mean exactly? Well, here's what it means to me, and then you can determine what it means to you. See, I was born a man, and I've spent 50 years of my life working and living as a man, knowing the entire time that feminine routines and that world would be very, very healthy for me and natural for me. Maybe sometimes more healthy and natural than the life that I was, plugging through as a man. So when I got a chance to be able to look like this and feel like this,
Sure.
then I do that. But it's important to people that they know, apparently, that, what's inside my pants. And so instead of just referring to me as whatever name I give you, they want to know that, hey, you're transgender or you're cisgender or something else. So for me, transgender is me saying, hey, I'm not ashamed to tell you that I wasn't born a girl, but I really, really feel good looking like this and feeling like this and acting like this and representing girls in a way that honors all cisgender girls and also honors, cisgender boys as well. I think that the problem is not transgender. The problem is that people simply don't have respect for other people, not the genders, not the person. Men don't open doors for women. They don't help women. They use vile language. Women use incredible. It just there's so much disrespect. Trust me, I'm not the problem. I'm more the solution than you think. I tell them doom. That's
How often
funny.
do you go?
Oh, thank you. Very, very, very. We go live on Monday and Wednesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So twice a week, 2 hours.
Melissa asked if you
I haven't, but I should. Yes, you're welcome, and thank you for asking the question. I want you to ask the hard questions, and I want you to feel comfortable with not only me but all trans people, because the more I can get you to be comfortable, then the more communication and the better communication we can have, and I can support you better.
It's almost 9 p.m. here.
How can I be more inclusive to my employee who identifies as male but hasn't began his body modifications? That's a really good question. So here's what I would do. I would just pull that person aside and just say, hey, look, I think that you're so brave. I know statistics. I don't know anything about what you're going through, but I do see the statistics, and you're important, and I don't want you to be one of them. So since I don't know how to support you, please feel safe coming to me and telling me how I can support you. And I want to do that. I want to help you feel safe and feel valued. And if you'll ask them that question, they're going to tell you what's going to be good for them. Thank you for saying that. Oh, yeah, that
He
is
said
so
I'll be
good.
right up
Thank
to
you.
the
Oh, I'm getting a phone call. I'm going to
Hold
decline
on.
this. I was getting a phone call. I think it's the parole officer. Got too close to a school again. I don't know. It's a joke. It's a bad joke, but it was a joke. Um, yes, and he loves everyone. And he loves everyone. So that's the bottom line, David. Thank you. Well, I think it's about time, guys, to shut him down. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to stop the live. Oh, did I do that?
No, I think somebody called us. So
Yeah, somebody. It wasn't you, Karen. Trust me. And if you stopped it, it would be okay. You get a pass on pretty much everything.
I just kidding.
Yeah.
So true. So true. What do you do for work? Well, I do lashes and Betty's facials, and just I have a little spot home. Just whenever I can do it and whenever I want to do it. In between, me and grandma.
Yeah, I've worked the last my entire career in middle management, corporate America, and I stepped away from that a few months ago to put together a platform to help people be more comfortable with the gender identity experience. So I'm in the process of putting that platform out or making it available so that other people can just understand it, and maybe in a different direction, a different light, different words. It's not about shoving it down your throat or really putting it in your face. It's about laying it in your lap so that it's comfortable and you can understand it in pieces and become healthy with it in a very organic way. You go to church? Yeah, we go to a church.
They're apologizing, but she.
When I'm dressed like this, I go by she, and when I'm dressed as male, I go by he. Just this, pretty much the same as everybody. The pronouns are really not as difficult as you think. However they're presenting, everyone's going to be presenting either with a masculine or a feminine energy. So whatever energy that is, it'd be safe to say he or she. If they correct you, then say thank you for trusting me enough to correct me. Thank you for not getting offended, because I want this communication to go further. But the safest thing is if it's a very masculine energy, just refer to that person as he. And if you're not sure, then say, how may I address you? Tell me what's the healthiest for you to address you, and I want to do that. Just ask. They'll be okay. You're welcome. Thank you for asking. It's been a great, like it's hotter than Satan. Like literally my skin is falling off the bones, but it's been a fun live. And we appreciate you guys being here. How I dress doesn't dictate my pronouns. What does dictate your pronouns? Do you let other people dictate your pronouns, or do you get to describe yourself? I don't even know what your. I get to describe myself, and so when you ask me what should I call you, and I tell you that is how I would like to be referred to. Now you have the right to refer to me however you want, but I have the right to respond to you or not. So that is my choice. So if you want to communicate with me, then it starts with the respect of referring to me of how I want to be addressed. But you get to describe yourself as well. That's kind of a right that we all get. You get to dress yourself in the morning. I get to dress myself in the morning. Hey, San Diego. It's good. Tomorrow's my 21st birthday. Happy birthday, Pokeball Queen. Yeah, that's awesome. You told us last time. Yay, happy birthday. Fantastic. J Wills 33. Thank you. Y'all both guys. No, stick around. Stick around and figure it out. I know you're smarter than your spelling, so stick around. I think you're gonna figure out what's going on.
Alyssa does her own makeup. She's amazing that way.
Silver Mom, thank you for joining. I love it. Telling how happy Pokeball, happy birthday. I love that. I work in a school, and there are so
Yeah,
many
you feel
kids that are
better.
trans. Yeah, isn't that interesting? So what we know about trans is that number one, there's the only solution is going to be hormones. That's the only solution is getting right with your hormone balance. Number one, you don't talk somebody into it. You don't talk somebody out of it. We know that, so you don't cure it because it's not a sickness, it's a condition. We know that almost half of the people are going to try to commit suicide because they don't feel like there's support for them. We know that, and we know that the incidences are increasing, not decreasing. So with those being the known things, how are we still beating it up? How are we not trying to figure it out? I don't understand that. There's so many people in desperate need of help. At least until you understand it, just wrap your arms around them and say, hey, you're safe here anyway. At least I won't let anyone hurt you while we're trying to figure it all out. Just make them feel safe. Should be beyond banned in schools right away. Should be beyond banned. I don't even know what should be beyond banned. I don't even, I don't know what that means. You have to let the kids be their self. Yeah, everyone gets to be their self. You got to be yourself. I got to be myself. Can I come over? There's so much here I need to talk about. Join us on Discord. You can jump on Discord and we can have other conversations outside of this. That'd be great. Well, babe, guys, go and if you've enjoyed this at all, if you know somebody that would that would value or find value from some of this information, please send our link and follow us and watch some of our videos. We're not here because we have all the answers. We're here because we're gonna have the experience and we're willing to share that with you. Our answers are not yours. There's no right answers. There's only a right attitude, and that's doing what's healthy and good and helping everybody live their best life in a way that honors them and everybody around them. So, so you just download. So Discord is an app. You download Discord and then click on our link tree. So if you go to our homepage there at TikTok, click on the link tree into Discord. Then you can go and you can join that Discord, and you can also read the comments and the conversations that have already been going on with some amazing, amazing people. Our kid's initial reaction was surprise, like, wait a minute, really? But wait a minute, now I understand this and this and this. And so there was a lot of moments that kind of made sense to them all of a sudden. So they were surprised, but that didn't make it easy. It was very difficult. It was very difficult, and they're still dealing with it, but they're so respectful, and our love is very, very strong, and we just muscle through it, just like any other situation.
Thank you. Eden Winter 310.
Thank you. Yes. I guess I should put these on, guys. Thank you for being here. We're gonna shut her down for the night and go put some ice cubes under our armpits since there's no air here, and maybe we got to find a hotel for a few nights. But thank you for being here. Thank you for your kind comments, all your love through my dad's funeral and through our sickness and everything else. You guys are so incredibly gracious and kind. We're lucky. We're lucky that you're here in our neighborhood with us. So I hope that you have an amazing weekend, and let's get together again Monday. We may start going live one more day. We may see how Friday works out or Saturday. We've never gone live other than just Mondays and Wednesdays. So we may try another day and see how that works. Thank you for the ice cream cone. Yeah, that's what we need.
Yes.
We need ice cream cones. Yes, we do. Cassie, thank you for the hearts. You need a mod. I know we do. Rhonda, he screenshot that. Maybe Rhonda can be our mod next time too. Thank you, Potato. Thank you for saying that. Link to Discord is in Alyssa's profile here on TikTok. Yes. Thank you from the farmer. Guys, thank you for such an amazing night.
Yes.
Hope to see you very, very soon. Let's go. Let's go be the grease